We're with John Whitfield. John is a personal injury attorney in Nashville, and he's agreed to answer an online question related to medical malpractice and filing a case on that. This question was actually from Jimmy. Jimmy says, I had my gallbladder removed several months ago, and the surgeon actually cut into my bile duct. Stomach acid leaked into my abdomen, and I required a long hospital stay and an additional surgery. I think this was a case of medical malpractice, but what do I have to prove in a medical malpractice lawsuit?
Well, thanks, Jimmy. Well, the first thing I want to talk about in answering that question is there are medical professionals all across the country that do awesome work, and they save lives and they protect us every day when we go into the hospital. But sometimes they make a mistake. We all make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes in various aspects of their lives, and that includes physicians as well. Medical malpractice cases are hard cases. They're tough cases. We've handled them before in Nashville and in other jurisdictions. And in a general sense, what you have to prove are basically three things in a medical negligence case. The first thing you have to show is that there was something called a breach of the standard of care. Every physician has a textbook way of doing things, and they're taught a certain way, a certain procedure of how to do it, to do what they're supposed to be doing. If you violate that, then that physician breaches the standard of care. It's almost like if you know anything about football and it's first and goal, right? You don't drop back and punt. That's not what you do, and that would be a breach of the standard of care of football. Same thing in this instance. And in this particular instance, if he cut the intestines, I think was the question, and got into the bile, and the bile went out throughout the cavity there, the question is, did he make a mistake? Did he breach the standard of care? Did he do something different than ordinarily prudent physicians would do? So that's the first thing. Second thing is, you got to show that if there is a breach of the standard of care, there was a mistake that was made and it was done improperly, did that mistake cause you damage? Did it? Because if you have a breach of the standard of care, but there is no damage as a result, there is no case. So you have a breach of the standard of care, and then you have causation. The third thing that you have to have in a case like this actually is damage. So you have to have some type of harm. Can you not go back to work because of this? Have you had medical bills that you wouldn't have because of this? Do you have pain and suffering and those things that you typically see in personal injury lawsuits? So those three things that you have to have: breach of the standard of care, that caused harm, and then actual damage itself. If you have those three things, you have a medical negligence case that can be prosecuted in Tennessee or wherever you happen to be. They're difficult, and I suggest that if you think that you have a medical negligence case, contact a lawyer, contact somebody that does this kind of thing and knows their way around medical procedures and has had experience doing medical negligence cases. It's very important to do that. So hopefully that answers your question.
Excellent. Well, if you have any other questions for John, just post them in the comments section below the video. He's agreed to actually just get back to you with any questions you have. So thanks for your time, John.
You're very welcome.